Mono Black Control. Eye Twitch, Shambling Ghast as the 1 drops. Deadly Dispute as the sack outlet. Hunt for Specimens just to slow down the opponent a little bit and to do some learning where required. Infernal Grasp for spot removal. Meathook Massacre for board wipe, but it also acts as a life gain / burn. Skullport Merchant as a further ramp, blocker, and sack outlet. Inscription of Ruin, this has multiple uses. Sometimes, often actually, you can just kick it and get all 3. Okay, so that's great. Lolth, 4 of these, very, very powerful. You only need 2 Professor Onyx though. It doesn't get cast too often, and when it does, you can only +1 so often. 4 Blood on the Snows, very powerful board wipe. Usually you use it to get back a Lolth or an Eye Twitch. Hive, if they have Graveyard Shenanigans, then you use Hive to get rid of those Graveyard Shenanigans. Faceless Haven to bash where required. Field of Ruin to get rid of their creature lands. On the sideboard here we have 2 Environmental Sciences, 1 Necrotic Fumes, Introduction to Annihilation, 2 Mascot Exhibitions, and a Confront the Past. The only change that I would make, if I had to, I'd replace one of the sciences with Pest Summoning. Okay, just to slow down those aggro decks a little bit, if possible. Alright, that's it. Let's see how we go.
Alright, that looks like a decent hand, so we keep that. Got a Shambling Ghast, got a Deadly Dispute. Can play a 1-drop. Can even ramp into Lolth. Hive comes out first. Okay, Cleric class. That's fine. We can just do our plan. Attack. We don't need to sack it straight away. We can wait for his turn. See what he plays. Just in case, we might want to kill it. Voice of the Blessed. Okay, so we need to be quick. Sack the Shambling Ghast. Create the treasure. Swamp. No need to waste any time. Ramp straight into Lolth. Create the spiders. He's in trouble already. On the back foot. Alright, that's a card that you don't see very often. Protection from black. Okay, no problem. Let him have it. We can just attack. Continue to ramp. We have enough for Professor Onyx next turn if required. Or Blood on the Snow if we need to. Let's just see what he does first. Alright, so we attacked. So we're going to be greedy. And we're going to try and get him to cast more. More things. So we're going to attack. Alright, he's going to have lethal on the board next turn if he doesn't block. So he can't just blindly attack us. We don't need to ramp. We've ramped plenty. We'll get a removal spell just in case he has something that we can't get rid of with Professor Onyx or Blood on the Snow. It's highly unlikely, but this is a game that we're winning quite comprehensively, and we don't need to risk anything. Okay, that's it. Game over. Good game. Alright, this looks like a really slow hand, but we're going to keep it. Okay, we've got 2 eye twitches and a hunt for specimens. So that allows us to learn 3 times over. Okay, that was a bit of a misplay there. I thought we were going to trade, but it turns out that he pings my creatures. So just lost eye twitch there for no reason. It's okay, it's not a huge problem, hopefully. We'll just ramp, wait and see what happens. Alright, nothing. So we can cast the hive here and wait, or we can play a swamp and an eye twitch, and then we'll just deadly dispute and try and get some more card advantage if we can, depending on what he casts. So Battle Cry Goblin, that is a really nice card, so we need an answer to that, otherwise that can run us over really quickly. So let's go get an answer to that. And we have one. We have an answer to that on our sideboard. So we'll get the fumes. Okay. Play the specimens. We don't need any more ramp spells. We've got plenty of life as well. So we're going to get a mascot exhibition. Just in case he casts a lot of stuff. Psychologically, also, it tells him that he's got to hurry up, because we've already got 5 mana. So that's probably just a touch slow for him. He probably wanted something a little bit faster than that. So we can be a bit greedy here. We can chump and get some more card advantage. Okay, so we've got a board wipe. We're going to be even greedier. We've got 21 life. We've got plenty. We have nothing in our graveyard worth getting back right now with Blood on the Snow. So we're going to cast Lolth. Create some spiders. And make sure that we have 5 untapped snow lands so that we can Blood on the Snow next turn. And get our Lolth back. Because I fully expect him to be able to kill it. And all the while he is using a lot of resources. You can see there's only 4 cards left in his hand. And his board does not look that threatening. Alright, well there goes Lolth. Just attacking with the one dude. It's a very interesting attack there. It's a bit of a nothing. Yeah, look, let's play it safe. Let's wipe that board. I think we are very far ahead. There's not much that he can do right now. Okay, so we've got some instants in the graveyard, or some damage instants and sorceries in the graveyard. We may have to get rid of them, just in case he's got a bloodthirsty adversary. Once again, a bit of a nothing. Let's draw a card. Massive amounts of card advantage here. Don't need to do anything silly. He might have a board wipe of his own, so just keep that in mind. And we'll just attack. That was a bit of a misplay there. I think I thought that his burning down the house doesn't hit planeswalkers, but it does. So probably shouldn't have cast that. He's attacking face here, so I just take the 1. If he was attacking Lolth, I would have blocked. So that's a... I think that's a misplay by the opponent there. We just go face. And probably if we wanted to really be aggressive, we could have attacked with the Hive as well. Okay, we now have another Mascot Exhibition in hand. He's in a bit of trouble. I don't think it's recoverable. Kills Lolth. But we have an entire board to deal with, and 3 creature lands. Okay, so he's going to play out his hand. And then he's probably going to skip. Or let us kill him. Good game. Alright, let's try the next one. Alright, we've got an Eye Twitch and a Deadly Dispute, so we're going to keep this hand. There's plenty of stuff there for us. Let's see what he plays. Okay. Attack. Hit him for 1. Yay! Looks like mono white. Okay, so a Deadly Dispute before Thalia hits the ground, otherwise it'll tax us. We'll get the Sciences to make sure that we can hit all our land drops, and we also need a buffer. Because he could ramp up very quickly with the creatures, especially because he's playing mono white. Okay, got our merchant down. Okay, Redain. So, we want to get rid of Redain. Inscription of Ruin will do it. But, I mean, so will a few other cards that we have. Let's make sure that we hit all our land. And we have enough life to sustain a few hits. Okay. That's good for him. So he's hitting us for a bit more each turn. And the adversary is probably going to be attacking as well from next turn. Eye Twitch, sweet. That's good for us. Okay, got something to chump. And he might think twice before attacking with the adversary here. So what do we got? 5, 6, 7 mana. Okay. Do we let him have it? Oh wait, he's gonna go for the merchant. Is he? Yeah, alright. Alright. Just trying to make sure that we hit all our land drops. It's not a huge problem, him getting in a whole bunch of damage right now. It's not an issue. So, here's the thing. If I get rid of Redain, I can board wipe with Mythic Massacre on my turn, even though I use all the treasures. And then I'll get a treasure back because of the Brutal Cathar returning the merchant. So I think that works. I only need to Mythic Massacre for 2. There you go. I can Sciences now, but there's no need to. Okay. Got plenty of life. It's got 2 Faceless Havens. I'm trying to be really greedy here. I want to do Inscription of Ruin, but I want to do it kicked. Okay, so what's he gonna get rid of? There's a few things there. Most people will probably get rid of Lolth. That's fine. So that allows me to Inscription of Ruin. And have it kicked. Alright. That's fine. So I'm gonna do all three. Turn a Night Twitch. Ooh, probably should have gotten rid of the apparition there. But, you know, it's much of a muchness. Doesn't really make a difference at this stage. Sure, that's fine. No need to let the damage through. You can just jump. Okay. Right. So we got ourselves another board wipe. That's playing it pretty safe. If I just sweep the board here. I'll get my dude back as well. He's got no cards in hand. And it's going to be a 3-3, which means he's going to have to trade one of the Havens for it. It's going to be very hard for him to get through. Okay, will he trade a Haven? Don't think he's got much choice. Okay. Well, he could have +1/+1 the Haven. That would have forced me to block with both. But that's fine. I don't need to kill the Aspirant. It's not doing much right now. I just build my board, make sure that he can't get through. Stabilize. The only thing we really need to be careful of here is a Legion Angel. That's probably what he's holding out for. I do have a Lolth in hand, so that's why I'm making sure I have the mana there. So it's attacking with both. So I'm gonna make sure that I just keep on getting card advantage. If he keeps on powering up those Havens, that's fine. It's not an issue. It uses all of his mana. And we can kill it at our leisure. Alright. We're going to wipe those creatures. Now he's just got the Havens. Okay. Still going. Okay, attacks with the Haven. Alright. You know, probably could have taken it as well. That's... Both plays, I think, are pretty okay. There's no, I mean... He doesn't have anything, so I just wished him good game. Alright, he's gonna make us play it. Oh, as a misplay, I thought it was gonna use a treasure. Okay, doesn't matter. Alright, good game. Alright, it looks like a rematch. An immediate rematch, which is interesting. That doesn't happen very often. Yeah, I'm on the draw here. Let's it's just not fast enough. Get rid of Professor Onyx there, and not Blood on the Snow, because you're much more likely to need a board wipe than the Professor. So play our Shambling Ghast. What could he possibly be thinking of? The adversary, so he's not going to attack. Wouldn't be casting the adversary prior to an attack. Very interesting. Yeah. Don't really see any hurdles at this stage. Can just make sure I hit all my land. If we're lucky, we'll get to play the Mythic Massacre. And I'll get to play it next turn. So I don't need to do it for one. But he attacks. Okay. That is a very interesting choice. Now if I double block the adversary, if I double block the adversary, then I'll get a treasure and I'll still get to wipe the board next turn. That is just about as good as I could hope for. And he's down to 2 cards. Alright. So that's pretty good for us. Brutal Cathar with nothing. Interesting choice. Yeah, don't need to play the Field of Ruin just yet. Just in case, you know, he does have some sort of creature land and he's holding it back. We want to get him to put it on the board so we can get rid of it. Yeah, wait until the end of the turn there, just in case he had something else to play. Probably didn't even need to kill it, to be honest. Could have just left it. The only thing I was worried about was it getting the ward 3 life. It's the only thing I was a little bit concerned about. Okay. Let's get our card advantage. Right, we're just gonna trade down life a little bit. We don't want to be using our removal for one thing at a time. We really want to get 2 for 1s where possible. So really encouraging him to cast something else, forcing him to cast something else really. Okay. So our clock's going to be a little bit faster because we do have the Mythic Massacre that allows us to gain life and deal him damage. Also, we're going to be hitting him for 4 and he's going to be hitting us for 3. So he's going to be forced to play something else. Luminarch Aspirant. Sure. Oh, okay. Perfect. He has cast 2 things. So his thinking probably is that if he gets rid of our last remaining creature in the graveyard, that we're not going to Blood on the Snow. But we are going to Blood on the Snow. Because that wipes the board entirely. Oh look, even better. We get to cast the Eye Twitch first. Blood on the Snow, and we get to bring it back. So that just allows us to learn. As well, we've got a mascot exhibition. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's gonna struggle here. Look, I don't need to cast the mascot exhibition just yet. Anything that delays it for us just gives us... We're doing a lot more with our turns right now, so we just keep pulling further and further ahead. So I think we're fine. So I only got one card in hand. Okay, that is an interesting choice. He's playing that instead of the 1/2 1-drop. We're training. Yeah, I'll trade that. No problems there. Still got a removal in our hands. Still got mascot exhibition. We're okay. So we got a description of Ruin. So we're okay even if he casts something. I don't think he can prevent... I don't think he can kill us before he loses 7 life. So that's fine. Probably should have gotten rid of the Haven at the end of his turn. That's alright. Go in for 3. Go in for 4. Put him on 3. Alright, good game. Sorta Stupid. Nice name. Okay, I think we can... We've got a bit of a problem after our second drop. But we do have Eye Twitch and Hunt for Specimens, which will allow us to keep doing things like making sure we hit our land drops, having enough life, and hopefully we draw into something. Because we can't just rely on the Professor to win us the match. Alright. So we start with Eye Twitch. Yeah, this is going to be very slow against his deck. Let's get in with those 1/1s, eh? Alright. Do the damage that we can. And swing. Yeah. Get in there. Alright. No, we're not gonna hunt for specimens or anything like that. Last thing we want to do is get all of our instants and sorceries Test of Talented. It's the last thing we want. Or even counted and the board just wiped. That would be pretty bad for us. That is such a good card. He just gets rid of a land. And he gets to draw 2. That is very nice for a blue deck. It is my turn. Not doing much. So let's get in there for an attack. Let's go. Could have played the Hive, but you know, the idea is that hopefully next turn I'll get to play another swamp and possibly get in there for some damage with my creature lands. And he can't divide by 0 them, so he does have to have Fading Hope. Okay. Portable Hole. He's playing Portable Hole. So, what does that mean? Does that mean that he doesn't have Fading Hope? Okay. Let's find out. Takes it. Alright. There's no need to cast anything else. There's no need to go in with the Hive to get rid of the Memory Deluge. We actually are quite happy if he plays it, because it whittles him down to so low that we might be able to just sneak in lethal damage. But we will be playing Hive next turn, because he's got the Spellbinder now. So let's see what he does. Let's get rid of the Memory Deluge now. Wow! Chump blocking a Shambling Ghast with your Elite Spellbinder. You don't see that every day. Play the tap land. So he's got 7 life. Probably needs something like a Sunset Revelry. Nope. Okay. If he's got Mending, he should be Mending really. To get the cards that he needs. It's down to 3. Yeah, gonna be greedy here. If he does Test of Talents us, then that gives him even less mana to deal with our threats. So we are going to activate both creature lands. And we're hoping that one of them gets through. We don't need to get rid of the Spellbinder. Oh, we don't even need to worry. Alright, good game. Okay. Alright, Peter's showing. Let's go. Look. Not much is happening there, and I'm not sure if I can do anything if I run into a bit of mana problems. So mulligan, forced to mulligan that second one. I end up going down to 5 cards. Playing green. Okay. We can't be the aggressor here. We have 2 cards in hand. Oh, okay. It looks like we're playing party. Great! Fantastic. Right. Because we weren't in enough trouble as it was. We needed to be playing one deck that is very, very hard to beat. Okay. Right. Minor problems. Great. Okay. It's not looking very good here. Probably better off. You probably would have been better off creating a treasure. But didn't happen. So we got to get rid of his 3/3 flyer. He's got massive amounts of card advantage. Okay. That's not good for us, because he could be keeping up a counterspell. Not anymore. So we're going to use this opportunity to kill that 3/3 flyer. It does use our treasure, which we need, but we don't have much choice. Otherwise he'd have a full party. This game's gone. You know, unless we get running lands. Yeah. Want to draw? Can't even get a land like that. Now we wanted to draw a land, and hopefully play Hunt for Specimens, so that we can Sciences again the following turn. Okay, there's not much we can do here. If I double block one of his creatures, he does not have a full party anymore, and he cannot kill both of mine. That buys us a little bit of time. Maybe not the 3 turns that we need. Okay. So we're hanging in there. Okay, this gets us to 4 land. And we're gonna have to keep Fumes, because we don't want him to have a full party. Yeah, okay, well, there is not much we can do here. This deck's just a little bit too solid for us, and we had some problems. Not that that's an excuse. Okay. Yeah, good game. Nothing we can do. Alright, let's try again. Alright, this is probably a classic example of a hand that we should mulligan. So we're in a bit of a hot streak, so let's keep this, see what we can do. We've got some board wipes which will help us. Every second person seems to be playing mono white. But knowing just our luck, we've run into someone playing Is It? We've essentially got a useless hand, because Meat Hook Massacres are essentially useless against Is It. We're going to throw down some Faceless Havens, make it seem like we're really having mana problems. That way, if he does have something he can cast, hopefully he's going to try and push it through. Right, so he's missed a land drop, which is good for us. Probably should be doing nothing. Yeah. Trying to get card advantage back while he's missed a land drop, but, you know, Izzet would have divide by zeros, which he does have, and that's allowed him to fix his mana problems a little bit. So, bit of a misplay. But gonna try and not let that happen again. So this time we're just gonna go in with the Faceless Haven, and if he misses a land drop again, then that's great for us. Sure. It's gonna kill it. Not a huge problem. We got plenty of lands. We can get rid of our Mythic Massacre. I can't see him having any creatures. Well, none that we can't deal with. We've got so much removal against an Izzet deck. Let's try again. He can't have that much removal, surely. And we get through this time. Okay. So he's got a bit of a clock. He's got to get a little bit of a move on. So he's mending his hand. Pseudo mending. Prismari command. Fixing his mana problems as well. Gosh, that's a good card for him. Yeah, the tables are turning a little bit. He's fixed his mana. We're not getting enough lands down. A little bit due to our own fault of getting our Faceless Haven killed. Yeah, can have a go at casting Lolth now. We've got two of them. And we've got Blood on the Snow as well, which will allow us to get a Lolth back. Yeah, tempted to zero there, but I mean, we've got so many cards in hand already that we can't play. Well, -2 there. Risk burn down the house. It's fine. We'll just try again. He's mending his hand again. So his problems are well and truly fixed. Kills off our creatures. Alright. No problem. We've got another one. Yeah, these control decks don't always have an answer to these creature lands, so instead of allowing him to gain tempo, just gonna put him on a bit of a clock. Just force him to do a little bit more. Yeah, see, if I'd cast the Lolth first, he would have divided by 0 and I would have got nothing in. But at least got in a little bit of damage there. So he's got to be a little bit careful. He's on 9. Seems like he's got plenty of options. He's probably thinking the best way to play this. We'll do some tricky shenanigans like, yep, galvanic iteration and teachings. A nice draw 4. Okay, so he's drawing plenty. Yeah, the professor's not going to be of much use to us right now. Alright, let's attack. He's shown a little bit of a trouble dealing with our creature lands. Problem fixed. Okay, so the whole reason why we don't play a land prior to attacking with Faceless Haven is so that we can play Faceless Haven again if he does Fading Hope it. Played Meathook Massacre, but it feels like it's time for some Holren's Epiphany shenanigans. Okay, will we be able to survive? So it's going to hit us with at least 8. He's got more. Let's see what happens. Okay. Mending his hand. He's digging. So it doesn't look like he's got one. I mean, probably could have. I don't know why it bounced that. That's not very useful right now. It's probably more useful in my hand, actually. So he's really digging. He's trying to close it off. It's not quite there. It didn't quite get there. So we're going to go for 1. And we're going to tap our lands. So that was a bit of a misplay there. Probably wanted to tap the Field of Ruin so that we could attack with the Faceless Haven. Actually, no, this turns out better because he could have another Epiphany, and we're only on 18. Okay, we now have a Chomper. For any hauls, the birds can still get through. Okay, not quite there. Let's get rid of that Galvanic Iteration. Alright, so once again, the reason why we don't play lands prior to attacking with creature lands is we can replay them. Yeah, being a bit greedy there. Probably didn't need to do that. Yeah, this is spelling a lot of trouble for us. That's a lot of mana that he's got and a lot of cards. Wow. Okay, draw 6 cards. And then do nothing. Draw 6 cards, do nothing, so that means he's got Hullbreaker. So we're going to play around it as best we can. And there's a limit to what we can do. We're going to have a whole bunch of bodies on the ground. And force him to bounce the spiders. And if he bounces enough spiders, we might be able to get through with an Infernal Grasp and kill him. The Hullbreaker, that is. Yeah. So it's down to 7. Lethal is on the board. There's 7 menace damage there. So he can't just do nothing. So that gets rid of both spiders. But I do believe that's his 3rd Fading Hope. So he is unlikely. Yeah, he's unlikely to have too much up his sleeve to defend that Hullbreaker. So if we're clever, we might be able to sneak this one home. It's not going to be easy. And it is a very, very powerful card. It is probably going to get neutered in the next alchemy round. Probably, actually. It's a bit too powerful. Right. So we'll go for this. See if he bounces the Grasp or bounces the Hullbreaker. The correct thing to do would probably bounce the Hullbreaker and be patient. So Jawari Disruption, that's fine. Does bounce the Hullbreaker. I'm not going to pay 1. Okay. Get in for a bit more damage. He cannot bounce lands with his Hullbreaker. Okay. So going down to 6. Okay. Going with the Haven. Well, we've got to be aggressive and really hope that he's run out of things to protect the Hullbreaker with. That's really got to be our plan. surprised he hasn't bounced the Mythic Massacre, to be honest. It's just slowly pinging away. Okay, so he's bounced the Infernal Grasp so that he can kill off the Faceless Haven. Fair enough, but that puts him down to 4. And I've got... Well, I think that's a misplay. Because that allows me to use my Deadly Dispute. Put him down to 3. And I do have an... Oh, sorry, I used my Infernal Grasp on his Hullbreaker. Yeah, I think that's game. So if he wasn't able to protect the Hullbreaker, I attack with the Ghast, cast both Eye Twitches, and I sweep. Yeah, it's not very many matches that you can bring home against a Hullbreaker. We got lucky there. Got very lucky, actually. Ellie Strago. Or is it Elf Strago? So, yeah, we had to mulligan that first hand. Not much was happening. The second one's a little bit better. We do have an Eye Twitch. And a Deadly Dispute. So, it looks to be a little bit of a mirror at this stage. So he's taking his sweet time, looking up his lesson. Okay, don't need to do anything. Was gonna Deadly Dispute, but look, let's get rid of that Merchant. Otherwise that card advantage would just pile on, and I'll take that damage. Okay, so plan is to Deadly Dispute this time, but he's got another Merchant, so we're gonna kill it again. We really don't want him to get that card advantage. I'd probably be attacking with both, buddy. There's no reason to keep that pest back. Could have probably gone in for another couple. Yeah, so he didn't have anything that he wanted in his hand. So he's desperate to draw, but he probably should have done it on my turn. So, Wolf. Alright. Gosh, he's pretty far ahead. He's pretty far ahead. Alright. So I do get to Deadly Dispute one time. Let's go Confront the Past to get rid of that Lolth. Okay. It's just too strong to let live. You know, it's going to be creating creatures left, right, and center. It's going to be drawing cards for him. We just can't let it live. Alright. So, we're gonna get fumes. Because... Oh, Jesus. Alright. Well, I was gonna say, to get rid of the next Planeswalker recast, but, well, there goes our fumes. Surprised he didn't... Surprised he kept the spider back. Doesn't matter. We don't take anything here, because we gain a life from the pest. Knock off a spider. And we can build a board. I think we're okay. That's perfectly fine. So, we want our Lolth down first, because we can then attack with the spiders to kill his Lolth if he casts her. So, it is a bit of a race sometimes. That's why we did the Blood on the Snow, even though there weren't very many creatures. And we're really far behind card-wise, so we can now use the +0 to draw some cards. And here's all the Lolths. When it rains, it pours, eh? Why not? Go to town. Or not. Okay, we're not going to hold anything back, not like this guy. Black doesn't really have anything with haste in the current meta. Professor Onyx. Right. So he must be trying to mend his hand. We have problems mana-wise. That's better. Fixed a little bit. But we do need to activate the Haven, so that we can kill off the Professor. Cannot let him live. Or her live, rather. Okay, so whittled him down to 12 life. So he's wiping the board. It's fine. We can make more of those. Eye twitch. Yeah. Thinking about killing off the eye twitch. Better off doing it at the end of his turn. Trying to get a little bit more information. He also doesn't know we've got 2 Lolths in our hand. Cool. Alright. So now we create the spiders. Play the merchant and the ghast. And we're good. So you could wipe the board and bring out his Lolth. But then we can create the spider. Oh no, he's got a mascot exhibition. Okay. Alright, let's try and be a bit aggressive here. So I really want to draw cards, which is why I'm trying to get rid of the flyers. Just trying to bridge that card advantage. Which that really did. So, you know, putting those out there, if I hadn't played them first, he probably wouldn't have blocked. You can let it go through. But seeing all those chompers there, he knows that he can't get through. So he's just going to block, which is good for me because I can draw more cards next turn. Okay, that's fine. That still allows me to draw a card. So, here's the thing. You could be tempted to try and do some sort of meat hook massacre for 4 and try and clean the board, but, you know, most of the board is our creatures. So, we don't need to do that. We can just meat hook for 0, which will negate his meat hook. So, you know, he's being a bit aggressive here because he feels that if we do kill his creature, he's going to get through damage via the meat hook anyway. Alright. So, we'll meat hook for 0. And meat hook before killing the Haven. If we ever do kill the Haven. Alright. So let's get rid of this. Now, I think my original thought is to use the merchant to sack the spider, but I realise I've got to chump block his 4/4 anyway. So I'm going to use the merchant to sack the Ghast or the Eye Twitch when he attacks, and that way he still takes 2 damage from the Infernal Grasp. So that works out nicely. Okay. So we're running a bit low on life. Just don't want to die. He's got 1 card in hand, so we are very far ahead. So yeah, it's tempting to blood on the snow there, but we don't need to. You know, we've got our own meat hook massacre, we've got enough life. We're fine, and he has to be careful as well. You know, we've got plenty of threats. Yeah, meat hook for 1. If he goes face, we're okay. If he goes to Lolth, she survives. So, look, either way we're okay. I don't need to -1/-1 is 3/3. Because Lolth survives, she's got 4 counters. It really doesn't matter if she has 1 counter or 2 counters. Makes very little difference there. Okay, he's still gonna draw. Okay. Putting the Hive down to create a threat. Because he's got lethal on the board now. So he's got to be a little bit careful. He's got to do something. Yeah. He's forced to wipe the board. Right, so Professor Onyx, he is digging. Okay. Create some spiders. Kill the planeswalkers. that gets rid of the Professor. Bring Lolth back. Create some more spiders. And that puts lethal on the board again. Okay. Yeah. So get rid of that Professor. I mean, he's got 3 Lolths in the graveyard. It's not going to make a difference if we exile that. So he's bringing out his Lolth. But, I mean, everything's got Menace. It's not quite enough. Oh. Well, that buys him a fair bit of time. Okay. No problem. So, we're gonna Massacre for 1 and swing with the Hive to kill Lolth. He's got no cards in hand. So I think we're good. But there's no point letting it live. Don't want to take any risk like that. And we'll leave the Shambling Gas on the field as well. He's got a Ghast. Alright. So we attack. And exile a Lolth. Okay. He trades. Fair enough. And we drop a Faceless Haven. And I don't think he can get rid of 2 creature lands and a bunch of spiders in one shot. It is GG. Thank you very much. Good game. Alright, we're up against Malivore 13. Jeez, that hand, we had huge problems in turns 2 to 4. And we're on the draw, so we mulligan that. This is not much better. Yeah, I don't know if I should be getting rid of the Lolth there or keeping it. But I just went for the land. Decided to keep the land. Rakdos, so this is going to be fast. This is going to be very fast. I love playing Rakdos. This looks probably going to be a Predator. Okay. And Mono Black has no way to get rid of that in the current meta. There's Shoal Shatter and there's that one to cast Exile thingy-majiggy. But it's not really used in the current meta. So I think he did the right thing there to play the Predator. So we can chump with the Eye Twitch and get some fumes. Yeah. Or can we? We cannot chump with the Eye Twitch, but we can still get some fumes. Now, here's something interesting. If he does not cast another creature, then I can try and double Infernal Grasp the Predator. And that way I'll get to keep the Fumes. So in other words, I'll get to keep the Merchant. And might be able to catch up. Yeah. Let's do it. On his turn. After the attack phase. Okay. So it would have done it after the attack phase, or if he had played another creature. So the idea is that he taps all his mana. Okay, so sacks the Predator. Sorry, sacks Kalane to the Predator. But we've got 2 Grasps. And they're Diddly Disputes. Okay. So, I mean, it took a lot to get rid of that Predator. But I'm glad that we've saved our Fumes. Okay. Got a Shambling Ghast. That's a good reward. So this is great. It gets us a lot of cards back. Get to draw cards with Deadly Dispute, create a whole bunch of treasures, and then draw cards with the Merchant. Okay. Looks like he's in a similar spot. Of course, he has the advantage of having dragons in his deck. So, cast the Eye Twitch. Not going to attack with anything. I didn't go in with the Hive there. He does have 2 blockers, so the Menace wouldn't work. But, if he does block with both, and then uses his Ghast on our Hive, we actually lose the Hive. So, in this instance though, I think that that's a bit of a mistake. He's tried to put a -1/-1 on the Eye Twitch. So that means that he's lost a draw that he could have had by creating a treasure. So he could have had an extra draw with the Merchant. So that's good for us. Means we get a little bit back. Okay, there's another Predator. We can exile that 2 different ways. Alright. Okay. Got plenty of land. Not that it makes much difference. Probably better to keep the Field of Ruin untapped, actually. It's okay. Not gonna cast the Hunt for Specimens because I'm gonna use the mana to draw a card via the Merchant, but also don't know which lesson to get just yet. I don't know what he has in his hand, so let's try and make him play it. Okay. I think we've drawn a whole bunch of land in a row. Okay. Let's get in for some damage. So he's got spot removal. That's not going to work. There's no black mana there. So we'll draw. I don't need to play the other merchant. There's no need. The board's completely empty. Just going to use it to draw another card. That card advantage is going to win us the match, if we can. There's no point keeping the treasures. I mean, look at all the land we have. Nothing in our deck requires that much mana to cast. So I can just keep going in with the Faceless Havens, and if he's got removal, if that's what his hand is made up of, you know, I've got 4 creature lands there. And every time he uses a removal, I still get to draw. So I think I'm replacing them faster than he's killing them. Yeah, might as well cast it. Otherwise, I've got to discard. Okay, let's go in for 6. See what happens. Wow. Another Dragon's Fire. So, looks like he's playing a full set of those. Which probably means he's got plenty of dragons. Okay. So after all that, I get to go in for 1. Yay. Yeah, I'm considering playing the Meat Hook Massacre for 0 so that I don't discard. I just don't think it's worth it. Alright. So let's go in, try and deal some damage. Yeah, actually, look, damage is not the primary thing for us. So we want to make sure that he can't get his stuff back either. Right. So that's the 4th one. Okay. That's fine. Sack it to the merchant, get another card. We do need to be just a touch mindful of something like a bloodthirsty adversary. But he's only got 1 card in hand. And we've got a lot. Okay. So we need to try and close this out before he can fix that problem. He does have 2 merchants, so it is possible for him to fix that card disadvantages out. So now I've got 3 merchants, okay. Don't think he should have cast that 3rd one. Yeah, maybe he just really wanted to draw. That's fine. Probably means that I'm gonna board wipe. Yeah, got a board wipe. Getting rid of 3 merchants. That's pretty good. I don't think it gets much better than that. And because he used a whole bunch of his mana, he doesn't get to sack them all. I mean, he can sack 1. Or the Ghast. And we can do the same to the Pest. That's it. Merchant's gone. And now we've got the Massacre, Meat Hook Massacre down. So even if he does have dragons, which he does, we should be able to gain enough life to survive. Okay. Yep. So we're gonna go with Lolth. And I'm gonna create those spiders. Now the idea is we're probably going to... We're gonna use this removal and keep the Infernal Grasp hidden because he can't see that. So if he's got another dragon, you know, he'll cast it, he'll swing with it. We'll try and get rid of it. It's back to 1 card in hand. Yeah, just not playing the mascot exhibition just yet, because if I do, and he's got a board wipe, that is a massive turn. So he would go from being so far behind to being pretty close to even. So I'm not going to do that. This way I have mana untapped to either continue to draw or to kill his dragon if he casts a dragon, which he does. We want to kill it before he attacks. So with the new alchemy, he won't be getting a token there. All right. So we don't need to we don't really need to do much else except attack like this. The reason is this is pretty close to lethal on the board. Okay, so he's going to play out his hand and then he might scoop. That was a good game. I think we controlled it well. Alright, good game, buddy. We got to Mythic number 45. And that's it. Thank you very much.